Hello, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever. Well, I promised I would be making some additional developments while you were away, and true to my word, I've done just that. So, here we are at Maryport. You should be familiar with it by now, and coming in right now is, what have we got? Train 2. An interesting sounding train there. It needs updating. This is not the latest technology running on this particular line, but I'm not quite ready yet. There is a new engine coming very soon, and I shall... Wait a second, he's not reversed and gone the other way. Could it be? Yes, it could. I have completed the loop in both clockwise and anti-clockwise. So this is, let's follow this fella on his merry way. This is what we're calling Holsworthy Full. So this is the full loop that we're running here. And it goes through what is going to be a pretty convoluted section of points and rail, which we'll get to in a moment. And I need to pay close attention to it, because if you thought the previous approach was complex, that ain't nothing compared to this one. Now, right now, we're fundamentally running on these two tracks here, as you can see, for both the in and out. Oh yes, electric signals now. Hooray for us. Which is fine, because those are the two platforms that train's going to come in on. The tricky bit is going to be when we start the next loop, the Clay Cross loop that we've got going on. I'm pretty sure I'll probably do that one next, because I've built most of the track that it needs, certainly out this side of the mountain, out of this side of Maryport. And so once we've got that running, then this section we're going to approach in a moment is going to become properly complicated, and to be honest, properly complicated is a whole lot of fun. I'm very optimistic. I mean, we're in 1928, so we've skipped a fair bit in the last few episodes just to keep things moving along, kind of episode to episode. Go on, zoom in as we use our paraglider off the side of the mountain here. I really should be running faster trains down here, but frankly, if I did so, I'd be tying myself into to whatever locomotive I bought for the next 20-30 years. And as you can possibly tell, although it's maybe not obvious, I have upgraded to high-speed rail wherever possible. Now, some of it wasn't possible to do at the time because it was blocked by trains, and I'm going to head back later on this episode and hopefully fix those up. Actually, this side of the loop is absolutely fine. It's the other side of the loop where there are still patches of slower rail. Now, obviously, it's not going to affect this old timer here, but it certainly will affect the train that's coming up that I'm hoping to use. So this is where it gets complex. Should we pause? Yeah, let's pause. If I pull up the route map here, so what we're looking at is the white and the green route. So fortunately, I've managed to get the directions set correctly. White is the clockwise loop, effectively, which is the one that this chap is on. And that'll go out and round and out and then come back in on this line. And so there are some shared line sections. So there is the need for trains to give way. And right now, the crossover section, you're looking at between these sets of points here, these sets of signals and these sets. That's the crossover point. It's possibly more complicated than that when you actually reach the station, but this is the point at which you've got trains going head to head. Now, this is going to be maybe compounded a little once I start running the Clay Cross route, because that's going to go out and round and then come back through Bingham, which will lead to it going down, up and down the green and white track here. So we're going to be putting a lot of traffic down there. Train 2 should be replaced. I know it should, and I want to, but give me some new tech, damn it. So that's... there is the potential for a major traffic jam going on here, but hopefully, as long as I don't oversaturate the services that are running down that line, it shouldn't be prohibitive. So right now we're running, what are we running? 6, 7, 8 trains on the Holsworthy full. I haven't got auto replacement on because I'm waiting for the new technology before doing so. I could run these, these glamorous big beasts here, but frankly, there is a better way to go. So I'm incurring additional costs to keep that running right now. I mean, even Mikados have kind of reached their lifespan by this point. But yeah, we'll replace those as soon as we've got something a little bit more speedy to do so. So there you go. Yeah, our second train coming through now. And actually, this is a good one to follow. It's a little bit faster than train 2. Excuse me. It's a little bit faster than train 2. So it will see if we've got signals too close together, because it'll catch up on its brethren, on its younger brother. Now, I mean, I've got a soft spot for steam trains in terms of, they look good when they're running along. But actually, in terms of my own train fandom, diesels is where it's at. Particularly American diesels. Perhaps, oddly enough, as an Englishman, I really like the big freight diesels that the US have, because they're just big and grunty and powerful. I like it. I can't say why. I think it's possibly got something to do with my kind of muscle car fixation that I also have. But yes, no, big, powerful, freight hauling beasts of diesels float my boat in no uncertain terms. Don't get me wrong, it's it's nothing weird. I just like those trains. So while you were away, I also fixed the while you were away, really? Enunciate, man. While you were away, I also fixed the in-town passenger services to hopefully aid the kind of the future uptake of passengers. Look at that, 49 on board, or is he not yet unloaded? I'm pretty sure he's unloaded. Yep, he's unloaded. He's out of here. Splendid, 49, and that was the second stop. First stop, we had 23 on board. So clearly there is demand out in this neck of the woods for some exciting passenger services, which is great. It's almost painful watching these guys go so slowly. But I want to make sure, in fact, let's up the game tempo. I'm waiting for new trains. I'd like to buy them this episode, please. I've got some cash in the bank. Let's get rolling. So, look at that. That was a bit of timing. The previous train had just tripped the next release, so you can see him up there on the horizon. And what we're hoping is that I've got these signals spaced out in such a way that it can release this slightly faster service every time we reach a signal. So there we go. He's already released. That's good. Comes the next one. Undoubtedly, we will bump into a place, possibly when we approach the next station, where we'll have to wait again. But stations will always cause a little bit more delay than the train's kind of hauling along. And we're going 20 kilometers an hour faster than the preceding service. But so far, this is all coming up rather well. See, I thought I'd put too many signals in, but it turns out it's just about the right amount. Excellent. Yeah. So the anti-clockwise version of this, well, chances are we'll bump into one of the trains on that service, or well, not bump into, but we'll cross paths with, because obviously they're running out in the opposite direction. Now, I've not actually checked. Hey, see, I was about to say I've not checked to see if that will work, but the upshot is it certainly seems to have set itself up nicely. Now, why are you waiting at this red? Actually, no, the spacing there is fine. Once we've got the same locomotives pulling all of these trains, we shouldn't have an issue with having to wait too often. And then obviously, because we've got to pick up speed again, it's allowing this guy to pull even further ahead. So hopefully the next wait will be a short one. Where are we? September 30. Okay, so we're coming up on the end of the year in like a month or so, and that's the point at which I hope it'll go, oh yeah, and it will go like, check this bad boy out. And you fancy running some of these around your track? And I'll go, yes, well actually, I do fancy running some of those. Okay, waiting for a free path because we're waiting for that to hit the clear signal, which it's done. The timing is near perfect. Excellent. Yeah, so I'm only running 2 trains at the moment in the opposite direction, and it was the 2 that we set running last time around. Was it last time or the time before? I can't remember. But we'll add to those once we're kind of built up a little bit of demand. They're still working the get demand working on these services so that we don't hemorrhage cash too much early on. So train 2 picked up from wherever we just left. Where is that? That's Ellesmere. Just picked up from Ellesmere, picked up 47. The service following it, train 12, also picked up 47. So the demand in this area, because these are the first services through, is actually pretty tremendous. And as you can see, no sign of another train coming in, so we've got room. There's one there, I think. So we've got plenty of room on this track to add. I mean, we could probably double the number of trains that we're running on it. What else have we got going on? So, hello buses. I recently updated the buses to the latest technology. You'll have seen in one of the previous episodes that we had new bus tech come along. And in so doing, I discovered, we've got quite a long route here, I might as well pull it up. I discovered that some of these later services, in fact Waltham Goods is still running horses and carts, because I've never upgraded it to use trucks. So as soon as it's ready, it will start using these Ford pickups instead. Now that's suspicious by the fact that none of those have been replaced. No, that's fine. Clear, and this is a problem that I kind of built in when initially designing the road services. Was I would lay out the route that they would go while the game was paused, and then buy 5-10 trucks and buses to run on that service. And what that's basically meant is that now they all get replaced at the same time, which is incredibly expensive. Except where I've done light expansion later on, or light updates, additions to the service later on. All right, where are we going? So here we go, back onto the main line again. I mean, I guess this is all main line really, but back onto our kind of primary convoluted loop section, and you should swing over onto the next. There was a bit of high speed that I'd missed there. Don't worry, I clocked it. I appreciate your diligence, but I'd already spotted it. So now we're going to come into Maryport, which is another area that could be particularly complex, and I think that's a red signal. Here goes. This is the other anti-clockwise service. Finally managed to muscle through. Or was it? No, that could be going. That could be running on either, because we run both sides out of here. Right, let's see what we've got going on. Okay, here's Maryport. Station's currently empty. Now, I didn't put a release signal here because I was slightly concerned about blocking points. I think it's probably safe to have done so, but I'm not at this point. I'm not taking any chances. So there we go. That's train 2 coming in now, which should have released. It's released train 12 to come as far as here. In fact, it might be able to get as far as the kind of station edge. I'm pretty sure I tried to put a signal on there. It's probably too late now. It says a vehicle in the way. No, there we go. Alright, excellent. And we'll put a release. Yeah, alright, it helps if you put it on the right line, obviously. Yeah, just throw them all over the place. That'll help. That's exactly what we need to do. Actually, as it turns out, putting a release on that side wasn't a bad move. Except, of course, you've got that one in the wrong place. There we go. So this particular platform, these two platforms here are going to be extremely busy because of the amount of stuff we've got running down it, and as such, I want to try and get stuff cleared. I want to get stuff in and out as quickly as I possibly can. We could, in fact, we already have. We've put a station signal there, which allows one train to queue on here. And really, it's about managing the queues coming in. And at the moment, it's not too bad. And I guess that's because the spacing is pretty good. Vehicle in the way. Look, go on, high speed it. No. No. That one? No. So these are the bits of track that I still have to upgrade to full steam. And I don't mean pun unintentional there. Oh, did I get it? I got it. Great. Okay, cool. No. Obviously not that one. But could we get this one? Hold on, is that fella on the right side? Yes, he is on the right side of the track. Well, that's all good then. There we go, we've got one. Now, when he reaches Holsworthy, providing there's nothing too close behind, I should be able to upgrade this second one. Okay, well, 1929 wasn't the year for a new train. Hopefully, 1930. It's a nice round year. Yeah, I know he wasn't there, but I wanted to try it anyway. Patience is not one of my many virtues. Come on, you can do it. I'm really hoping there isn't one stuck behind you. And this is going to be a problem that persists, especially if I start adding more services to the track. There will be literally no chance for me to actually upgrade the track. So before I add new services, as much as, one of the holding factors there is wanting to, there we go, good, is wanting to add latest tech locomotives. Equally, I don't want to crowd it too much right now. So I'm just skimming right now to make sure that we're high speed as much as possible along here. Yeah, equally, adding more trains is just going to make the task of upgrading even worse. Where are we? Here we go. That's what we want. Hiawatha. Splendid. Right. Okay, right, that's fine. I shall put those into service momentarily. I'm going to get a bit more track upgraded before then. Now, the Hiawatha's okay. I mean, it's pretty quick, and that's helpful. It's got kind of a funky look to it. The American kind of Art Deco look and feel that a lot of their kind of industrial machineries took on. Not just the trains, but also the stations. In the early 20th century, Art Deco, big deal. Hold on, what's going on here? So what are you thinking, and why are you on that track? You're on the full, so you should be running the other way. So clear off. And what are you? You're on the reverse, so you're absolutely fine. Intriguing. You, sir, are an idiot. Okay, so he possibly got confused from the very moment I kicked the full into high gear. And that's also going to leave a problem for the train behind him, because he's not going to be able to grab a full passenger load. Well, we might get a few. Terribly sorry, the driver ahead of you is a complete imbecile. Now, we're not going to get anywhere near 90 passengers for a little while. Not until we've grown our towns much more than they are at the moment. But, you know, baby steps. Okay, that looks like you need upgrading, and I suspect that's going to be near impossible to do, given the traffic jam that was on here, because here comes the next service up behind it. Not ideal, gentlemen. And there comes the next service on behind that. So this might have had this might have caused a pretty monumental tailback. Still, look, there was a bit of upgrading done. That's good. Need to upgrade the station. Actually, I don't really need to upgrade the station because, well, firstly, because it's already done. But more than that, because every train stops at every station, so there wasn't really a need for it. However, that queue of traffic does mean I can now look ahead. Oh, there can't possibly be a vehicle on here. Do me a favour. I'm not going to let you have speedy trains until the point that you've got speedy track. It's laborious, but necessary. No, vehicle in the way on that one. Yeah. Yes, important safety tip. When you're furiously trying to upgrade track, double-clicking will sometimes mean that you put the upgrade in and then immediately take it back off again. I do this a lot, obviously, because, see my previous comment regarding patience. It's going to be a while before he gets there. Let's go all the way over to Holsworthy and make sure we're up to date. Okay, good. In that case, I think that might be the last bit of track that I needed to do, which would be good, because then I can stick the automatic upgrade on, and we should start to see some Hiawatha's on the go. In fact, the only thing I don't particularly like about the Hiawatha is the colour scheme. It's a tad garish for my taste. Look, come on, you haven't got long. That next train is coming. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? Wait, hold, wait, stop. Let's get this done, then it's done. As long as I remember that he stopped there. No, we're not building track, we're upgrading track. There we go, that's got it. Pretty sure that's got it all the way to Middleton and beyond. Splendid. Okay, I think that's that entire circuit done. I'll probably come across little bits that I haven't done, or maybe even a big chunk that I haven't done. Right, okay, you are free to proceed with your full load. And then... Oh, this was trailblazing train 2 there. Right, let's get these guys rigged up for some high-octane, high-speed, incredibly expensive. And this should also help greatly in making the service more profitable. So these only top out at 160. Nah, it's not brilliant. Actually, their tractive effort is pitiful. I mean, 136 kilonewtons. You know, compared to this bad boy here that does 430. Yikes. All right. Well, let's go for it. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to overcook it, because obviously if their tractive effort is that low, so what are we looking at there? That's 36. That's what, 62, 72, 72, 64. Thank you. I can count. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. I would go higher than that, but I'm reluctant to do so, because what I don't want to see is these things crawling at 80 when they're capable. Bloody hell, that was quick. When they're capable of that much more. Splendid. Right, so clearly quite a lot of these services are in need of update. Only 22 passengers on board, but then Maryport is getting a heck of a lot of business lately. Okay, and yeah, I mean, let's not forget, these are all user-created engines that we've got going on here. User-created trains, locomotives. So let's see how far we get. All right, well, we're already going to clear 90. I mean, we're on a downhill kind of a section here, but, you know, it still counts. It's not going to get to its 160 rating, or I'd be very surprised if it did. Yeah, 140. Don't get me wrong, that's still good. That's still more than enough for it to benefit from having high-speed rail available. Right, that'll pretty much wrap it up for this time. So what we should expect to see is plenty of trains getting updated, and next time around we'll I don't know, what are we going to do next time around? I think we might hold fire before any more upgrades for the time being, and look at maybe increasing track, because this loop isn't yet profitable. I'm hoping that these new guys, these Hiawatha's, will help with that, because they're going to be able to get round much faster. Previously, the amount I was paying in running costs for those trains was more than they were bringing in, which wasn't great. Anyway, tune in next time. I've been Colonel Failure. Please leave a like and subscribe if you've not done so already, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.